Matt Gaetz made a spectacle of himself this past week when he filed a letter with the architect of the Capitol demanding that Kevin McCarthy be moved out of that speaker's office that he had moved into, even though he had not been elected speaker, and even after that went on to lose, a dozen more elections. But Matt Gaetz wanted the architect of the Capitol to kick this squatter out of that office. And on Thursday evening, Jimmy Kimmel decided to talk about why Matt Gaetz was right, but also had a brutal question for Matt Gaetz to also answer. So here is what Jimmy Kimmel said. This is how he took down Matt Gaetz with one simple line. And of course, he is talking about Matt Gaetz trying to get the squatter, as he called Kevin McCarthy, out of the speaker's office. So Kimmel said this after he showed that. He said, "It's not a bad question," when Gaetz asked, why is he even allowed to be there? "It's not a bad question," Kimmel said. "Another question, why aren't you in jail yet?" I think that's also a fair question, Matt. If you want to know why this man is still allowed in the speaker's office, good for you. But a lot of people in the public, as Jimmy Kimmel pointed out, they want to know, why are you not in jail? Why have you not been indicted? Why have you escaped unscathed from that Joel Greenberg scandal? Greenberg was sentenced last month, so he's in jail, on his way. He's going to spend a couple years in there. But Greenberg also provided all of the evidence. Hell, Greenberg's own attorney said that there's just absolutely no way Matt Gaetz doesn't get indicted. And that's the guy, of course, who saw all the material that Greenberg turned over. And even what has just been released to the press, right? We've seen the receipts. We know that you're Venmo Matt, you're PayPal Matt. And your excuses of, I was just helping out these struggling college girls, giving them money. That's not a thing people usually do. That is a giant red flag. And it doesn't seem like something Matt Gaetz would typically do. We know the ex-girlfriend flipped on Matt Gaetz and cooperated, as did Greenberg. Yet for some reason, as Jimmy Kimmel correctly points out, nothing has happened to Matt Gaetz. We did get reports, obviously, a couple months ago saying that the DOJ wasn't going to bring charges. Now, that was not official. That was just insiders allegedly at the DOJ saying that. But at this point, it appears to be true. We have seen no movement on this at all. And furthermore, I think it's also important to remember, and again, thank you, Jimmy Kimmel, for bringing this up and refreshing and reminding everybody that nobody got held accountable. We have to remember the fact that there were five co-conspirators listed in the original indictment of Joel Greenberg. It was always assumed, obviously, that Matt Gaetz was one of them, but the other four, there's been no other indictments. None. Greenberg cooperated for a year. And he was such a good cooperating witness, giving them such good information that they repeatedly extended his sentencing so he could continue to cooperate. And now the DOJ wants to say, well, we don't know if we can trust him. You trusted him enough to keep him out of jail for long enough to cooperate with you. This whole thing doesn't smell right. And again, I am grateful to Jimmy Kimmel for bringing this up again, because people need to remember that. The wealthy, the powerful, they always get protected. Doesn't matter which party it is. These people are being protected. Not just Matt Gaetz, but those other four co-conspirators that also haven't been indicted. These were people taking advantage of young women, and none of them were held accountable. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.